Hey guys, welcome to my channel Mewtwo Unboxing. Here I normally do Pokemon card openings and obviously trying to complete master sets. Today I'm doing something slightly different. Today we're going to be looking at the new card game, which is Turbo Attax. Now it has been out for a couple of months, but I started to collect sealed product of it. Every time I went on a food shop once a week, I would buy 10-20 packs of these Turbo Attax because I'm really into Formula One. As you can probably tell, I'm wearing my Fades jacket today. It's the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend, and I didn't actually want to open them. I wanted to keep it a sealed product. As people know in the Pokemon community, sealed product has normally performed better than actually the cards themselves. So I thought, right, it's the brand new set that's only just started being printed this year. They've signed a 20-year contract with Topps, the manufacturer of the cards. So this is something that is going to expand and grow. So why not get in right at the beginning whilst it's the cheapest? So I started to buy a sealed product, and the collector inside of me wanted a master set of the Formula One cards. I went on eBay and I thought, right, I'll just buy a master set, and they were going for £30 for a complete set from start to finish. 30 quid all in. So I bought that set. It didn't arrive. I then had to request for it to be delivered again. Didn't arrive. I had a dispute with the person who sent it. Anyway, I was sitting there and I'm thinking, right, I've got loads of sealed product behind me. I've got no master set. I'm really into Formula One and I do pack openings. So I thought, why not just crack them open? I knew it wouldn't last long. I struggle to keep sealed product. I just want to open everything up. So here today, what I have for you is the result of all the packs that I opened up. So I'm going to share that with you now. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up, because then I'll know whether to do any more of this sort of content. Formula One is an expanding universe in the Topps world at the moment. There's currently different types of Topps cards, and these are like your entry level, cheapest. It's meant for kids, like as a kids game. So this is like really your base starting point. Upper level from that, I've found out in the last 2 weeks that actually the more grown-up version of collecting sports cards is actually the Chrome boxes, so the Topps Chrome F1 products. And then from that, you actually have the F1 Dynasty, where you just open up. It's only got one card in it. You don't know what card it's going to be, but it's in this special case, and it's actually got bits of uniform from the drivers that they wear on particular days and give out and all that sort of stuff. So they're quite expensive and quite valuable, and we've seen like tremendous prices. A Lewis Hamilton F1 Dynasty card I think I saw up for sale for $55,000. Now bearing in mind this only came out a month ago. So, but I'm going to start off by showing you the Turbo Attax and the base, what the whole set looks like from start to finish, the way that I would do a master set. I know some people may do them slightly different, just have one of every card, but yeah, because they were so cheap and that, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to fill this right out. So let's get right into it. I hope you like this content. If you are new to this channel, I'm going to be doing, going forward, Pokemon pack openings as well as Formula One. So I'm in talks with someone at the moment to get, there's a new Chrome box called the Sapphire Edition. I'm in talks of getting a few of those boxes, so I may be opening up some of those in the future, and I'm just getting my head around the whole like base collection and everything like that. But anyway, that's for another video. Let's get into today's video. So this is the Turbo Attax binder complete collection from start to finish. There's one limited edition card that never got released in the UK, so it's not in this set, but I have bought it and it will be delivered. So maybe I'll do another video showing that card off, but I'll get to that later on. But this is every single card that you can pull out of UK or English Turbo Attack packs. So usually when you buy this, I actually bought the binder, and you have like a plastic sleeve that this goes in. But I have to say the binder is especially when you're used to these Volt X type binders, is quite cheap. I mean, the binder, and you get a Lewis Hamilton card, and I think a couple of packs are about a £5 to start off with, and then after that the packs are £1 each. I actually have an empty booster box. So this is your booster box here. They're £1 or €1 per pack, and I think you get about 24 to 30 packs in one of these. But I just bought them singly packed, but when I went to the till, because I bought so many, I just took the whole box and they let me keep the box. So it's a little bit tattered and battered, but yeah, it did for me for a little while. So I managed to pick up quite a lot of packs for, I don't know, like, that works out like if there's 30 packs in there, where it's like 30 quid for a booster box. So these are the cards. So when you start the set off, and I have to say actually, before I start showing you these, I think Topps have designed this card layout, this collection, based on a 9-slot binder. You'll notice here that there's actually only, there's 9 drivers on this front page. But actually, in Formula One, there's more than 9 drivers. A few drivers just to make that look all fit on one page. But this is a 12-slot binder. So we've got the first 9 drivers here. And then it goes into team order. So we've got Mercedes. That's their Mercedes sort of badge card, if you like. And then you've got the drivers individually. So we've got Hamilton and Bottas. And then on the next page, we have Hamilton and Bottas in their cars. And then a duo card. Then we go on to Ferrari. Same again, 2 drivers, Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. Cars, joint card, Red Bull Racing. Then Max Verstappen, Alex Albon. 2 cars, joint card, McLaren, Carlos Sainz and Norris. Then we have Renault, Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon. Then we have AlphaTauri with Pierre Gasly and Daniel Kvyat. And we also have, I know them as Force India, but they changed, and now they, currently as of recording this, they've changed again now to Aston Martins. That's why I got a bit confused when I saw Aston Martin Red Bull. So these are like cards from the year before that you've bought them. So things have changed since then. Makes you realise how fast Formula One goes. We have Alfa Romeo with Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. And we have Haas team with Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean. Then we have the Williams team badge with George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. And then these cards here are the live action cards. These are like moments that were captured on any given sort of race day or race weekend that they've sort of printed on the card to obviously encapsulate it forever. Like this is Lewis Hamilton surfing at the British Grand Prix when he won, doing a crowd surf, which is quite unusual. You don't see many Formula One drivers doing something like that. So, you know, these are like memorable moments, I suppose, if you like, in the course of Formula One. And I'm not going to go through all of these. There's quite a few of them there. Then we have the drivers again, but individually, and then we have them with their national flags, which is pretty cool. And then obviously the team they drive for. Then we go on to the F2 team. So if you know motorsport, F1's like the pinnacle. It's the fastest, advanced cars. But then you have the F2 cars, which are sort of almost replicas, and they're like the pre-Formula One entry level, if you like. So drivers would work their way up through any given motorsport, end up at F2, and then obviously look to get into Formula One day. So a lot of the drivers that we see here now, like Charles Leclerc and say Max Verstappen and I don't know, Sebastian Vettel, they would have come from here at some point. So they would have been rookies in the F2 set. So these are quite interesting because what we could be looking at here is the future stars of Formula One for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. But we just don't know it yet. So the one that obviously really stands out is Mick Schumacher. So Michael Schumacher, the greatest racing driver of all time, people would say. I disagree and say it's Lewis Hamilton. But his son has worked his way up and he's already got a contract with Ferrari. So he will be driving for Ferrari at some point in the near future. So he's going to be a future sort of star or contender as long as he performs well. But obviously at the minute he's just an F2 driver, so not a very popular card, not very equipment type cards. Obviously you can see these have stats down the sides, and that's because this is used to play a racing game around a track that you move your cards along in. But obviously I've collected them like a collector. So we've got here safety car, steering wheel, team orders, loose wheel, oil flag, blue flag, yellow flag, spin, engine blown, race collision. And then we start to move on to sort of like the prettier or the nicer looking cards. So here we have the holographics of each driver with sort of like highlights for that year dotted on them. So we have Charles Leclerc here getting P1. We have Alex Albon on track. He doesn't actually race for Red Bull at the moment. And then once you go through all of these, then you go into the individual holographics. Now what is cool about these holos is that actually it's the tyres of a Formula 1 car sort of stacked on top of each other. And then you've got the print of the Formula 1 driver in front of it. I think that looks really cool. It's a really cool effect. So this one's Lewis Hamilton with hammer time written across the middle. The reason that has that hammer time there is because that's a phrase that they use. His chief engineer said to him once, "Come on, Hammer," it's hammer time, and that sort of stuck. And then the media got hold of it, and now they always say, "Oh, it's hammer time." And what they've done is they've done that with each driver. So something that they're known for on TV, I would say, a phrase or something, they've actually printed across their picture. So we've got the four-time champion, the rising star, bot fast, maximum attack for Max Verstappen, awesome Alex, smooth operator. So this was because in one of the races, at the end of the race, they said, "Oh yeah, well done, that was smooth operator." And then he started singing the song. He started going, "Smooth operator." So that was quite a funny moment. Likeable Nando, the honey badger for Daniel Ricciardo. Consistency for Ocon. Sorry, my face is in the way. So you got Ocon there. We've got Pierre Gasly, the comeback kid. Daniel Kvyat, the third era. So he's had a few tries, bless him. We have Sergio Perez for Chico. Strolly instead of Stroll. The Iceman, that's because one, he's stone cold in interviews. But secondly, he also stopped one day, I think after qualifying or a race, and he just got out, put some shorts on and started eating an ice cream. Everyone found that really funny. Geotime, K-Mag, Gritty Grosjean, Roaring Russell, and the Rookie. Now that's pretty much the end of the set for all the normals and the normal holographics. Then you go on to the gold card. So this is a Lewis Hamilton gold card. Ideally I need one more, so there's one more due to go there, which I've got coming on its way. And then we have one gold card for each driver that has won a race, that's won a Grand Prix. So we have Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, Max Verstappen, Bottas, Ricciardo and Charles Leclerc. Now my plan is to get 4 of each, so I need to get 2 more Kimi Raikkonens, 2 more Daniel Ricciardos, 1 Bottas and 1 Charles Leclerc. But you can see I actually have got at least 1 of every card. If not, I've got probably 2 or 3 of every card. So I still consider it a complete master set. The reason I want 4 obviously is just to fill the binder up and make it look complete. So they'll be coming to me soon. And then Pierre Gasly, although not winning a race, he got one of these gold cards for highest finish. So this is his highest finish card. But he has actually won a race, I believe, since then. So he's done pretty well, bless him. And then we go on to the limited edition. So these are cards like with, I would say, Pokemon, you would call them Black Star promos. So these come when you buy certain products. So the Lewis Hamilton gold card comes when you buy the binder itself. And you can see down the bottom, it says LE1G, which is, and then you have LE1S, which is for the silver variant. So there's a gold, silver and bronze. But I've just found out today, I don't think they ever did a silver and a bronze for Lewis Hamilton. He's only got gold ones. So I'm gonna fill these last 3 space up with just gold limited edition of him. I've got to buy them from eBay. They're quite expensive, about 10-20 quid a card. So yeah, that's going to cost me a bit, but at least the binder will look 100% complete then. Then we have Max Verstappen with the gold card for number 2. Then I haven't got the silver. I'm aiming to get that one. And then we've got a bronze. Then we've got Charles Leclerc. I've got 2 golds, no silver, and a bronze. And then these are the hardest ones to get. So this is Daniel Ricciardo. You only get one of these per so many packs. So this is like the chase card, the rarest card out of the whole lot. And this one on its own, I think, is going for about 50-60 quid. But oddly enough, the gold ones are cheaper to buy than the bronze. The bronze is about 90 quid on eBay at the moment. So I need to get the bronze and a couple of golds, and then that will complete. But again, you can see I've got at least one of every driver, so it is a complete master set if I just left it as it is like that. But I want one of every shade, so I want the gold, silver, bronze for each driver. And then in, I believe, Spain and Europe, they released a Kimi Raikkonen gold card that wasn't available in the UK. So that one, again, is quite expensive to get hold of. So I have got one on the way to me. So by the end of next week, I should have these all completely full up and then have a Kimi Raikkonen card there. Then on the last page, what I've done is I've actually, if you flip the cards over, this is what they look like on the back. So for every card that represents that team, so let's say a Lewis Hamilton card or a Bottas card, it has the Turbo Attax logo and everything, but then it has the team name printed at the bottom. And then if you collect the badge cards, so those cards I showed you at the beginning, so this is the Mercedes badge card, if you like. If you collect them, there's not much on the front, but if you flip it on the back, and it gives you stats about that team. So how many teams races they've won, how many qualifying, stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was, I've actually got, you can see here, Mercedes plus their badge card, Ferrari, then their badge card, Red Bull, their card, and the only one I actually need is the Renault badge. Don't know why, but I only pulled one of them, not 2. So that's a bit annoying. But that goes all the way up to this page here. So we've got the AlphaTauri and the Williams. And then the same again, but these are the F2 teams. So not the Formula 1, but F2 teams. We've got Campos, MP, High Tech, Charuz. We have Carlin, Virtuoso, Damas, Art, HWA, Prisma, and Trident. And then these are the little sleeves that come with each and every pack. So I thought I wanted to include at least one of them so I can always remember what it was like to open the packs. So that's it. That's a complete set of Turbo Attax. Like I say, the cards that I'm looking to buy are just like make the binder aesthetically pleasing, to make it look like, oh yeah, okay, everything fits, everything's squared up. But actually, that is one of every single card. Not only is it one of every card, it's almost 2 of every card. Obviously, I've got 2 of each of the gold cards, and I've got, obviously, these are the backs of some of the cards. So I've got almost 1 of every, or 2 of every badge now. Then these are the drivers in holographic form. So if I show you this one, this is Mercedes, this is Bottas in holo form. Obviously, I've already got one of these. This is the second one. So I've almost got 2 of every card in this set. So that takes me right up to the end. Now, you might be saying, well, what's that card there? But I'll get onto that in a second. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this Turbo Attax set? Do you think it's a pretty looking set? Have you ever played the game competitively? I don't know anyone that's played it, so I'd love to hear thoughts from anyone that actually does play it. But I think these look really smart, really nice, neatly organised, and I'm looking forward to collecting future sets. Just means I need a lot more binders. This is a tip sheet as well as the front cover, so when you put this in your binder that you can buy for $5, which you will probably have to do because you want the Lewis Hamilton rare card. This is a tick list of every card that's in the set. There's also one at the back of the binder, so I thought I'd keep that with it. This is the back of the set. Now this card here, so we're done with Turbo Attax. When I read the official statement from Topps, they actually said something along the lines of, we will be releasing Turbo Attax for our kids base, you know. So then I was like, oh, I bought the kids version. And then they said we'll bring out a chrome version set for the more serious collector. And then you have the F1 Dynasty set, which there's a lot less cards, but obviously they're really, really expensive. For people with higher end budgets, so they're trying to cater for every sort of affordable. But for someone like me, that means then if I want to complete a master set of, say, the Chrome collection, I have to buy a lot of boxes, and I'd have to do exactly the same as what I've just done. Now, as well as those 3 or 4 different products going on at the same time, as well as that, you can go over to the Topps website and click on their Topps Now. Now what that means is that they have these cards which they make sort of as and when things happen in Formula 1, hence why it's called Topps Now. So this is Sergio Perez Incredible Recovery Drive. And it will say at the top here, 25th of October, Formula 1 in Portugal. And then on the back here, you can see the Topps logo is printed across the whole thing. And then it gives you like a little description of what they're talking about, which I think is a really neat touch. But you have to log into the website. They don't really advertise or promote it too much. So once they're gone, they're gone. So that's it. So you have to literally be on the website. Chatting to a gentleman, it was either last night or night before, I believe it was the night before, and he was saying that the Topps Now, there's actually about 25 that have been released. Obviously I've only got the first one, so this is something completely separate from Turbo Attax. So that is a complete master set, that is done. Obviously the ones that I need to add to it are just, again, for looks wise. There's nothing in there I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't got that card for this set. So that's a complete English set of Turbo Attax. This is now a different set, so the Topps Now, there's currently, as it stands, about 25 cards that have been released. What happens is you go over to their website, and I'll bring up my full screen, my web screen page, and this is the F1 Topps Now. You can see here it says we can't find any products, so there's going to be nothing on there until something happens in the Formula 1 community. Now, I was chatting to this gentleman the other day, and he said that they release a new card for Topps Now every time there's a race. So once the race weekend is finished, they'll put a card up and it will have a countdown clock on it. It will say you now have 7 days left to buy this card. And if you don't go on there in that 7 days, however many cards get bought in that time, that is the print run of it. And that is it. So it's done, it's dusted. So if only 10 people bought, say, a card that gets announced tomorrow because the Monaco Grand Prix is on, then there will only be 10 cards of that set. So if you bought one, you have 1 of 10. So those happen every race weekend. So really, if you want to get hold of those cards, you have to keep checking the Topps website. When they first started doing this, apparently they didn't really advertise it very well and not many people knew about it. So actually only about a couple of thousand ordered the very first Lewis Hamilton, where he's sort of like holding his hands together. Now that card is going for something like £650, but these Topps Now cards, once you buy them as they're released, I think they're only about $9.99, so $10 you might as well say. So you're talking about £7. So some people have made a lot of money, especially if you bought 20, 30 cards at a time. So my plan is to get one of every one of these Topps Now. I think that's going to cost me quite a bit because some of the cards are like £500-600 individually. It reminds me of the Black Star promo set from Pokemon. There's only about 50-60 cards in the set, but There's a couple in there like Pikachu's birthday, which is like £250 to £300, and then you have the Lucky Stadium, which typically has been worth about £450 for. So then that makes that set expensive. You know, to get the whole set, you're looking at probably £1.5 grand, £2 grand. So it's the same with these. I might be able to pick most of them up for £3-4, but then after that, I've got to buy the rare ones, the one-offs sort of thing. And they're going to cost me £500-600 at a time. So that's one set, the tops now. Completely separate. You can't buy packs and open these up. You have to order them online and you only have a set time. So that's one collection, another collection if you like. Then you have the chrome boxes. The chrome boxes are ranging anywhere at the moment, $480 all the way through to about $600 per box. So yeah, you get 18 packs in them. Obviously you can complete a complete base set. That's again another complete set, and what I've done is I've actually printed at the back of this binder, I've printed off the official top checklist if you like. So this is the back sleeve for the binder once you've got those turbo attacks, but this is a complete list of every card that is in the base if you like set Formula 1 chrome pack. So you have the F1 racers, then the F2 racers, F1 crew, F2 crew, F1 cars, F2 cars, Grand Prix winners, Grand Prix driver of the day, F1 award winners, team logos, the F1 freshest, so they're like the rookies that come in that year, and then you have the insert. So you got the track tag. So this is like a picture of the driver with like graffiti writing behind him with his name. Apparently they weren't going to be that popular, but they've proven to be quite popular, those ones. And then you have the Topps World on Wheels. And then you have the base image variations. You have autograph cards, so it's the same card, but it has their autograph actually printed on it, which is a nice little touch. And that's it. That takes you to the end of the collection. So quite a lot of cards there. I believe around 250. So that is huge. And some of the cards, they print the same card several times, but under different variations. So you have parallel cards, which are the same card, but normally in a different holographic background. You have the chrome versions of them. You have the yellow versions, the golds. And when you get these cards, they'll say on them. So if you picked up the back of the card, this one isn't that, but I'll show you in the future. It'll say up the top here like 1 of 12 or number 6 of 12. That means there's only 12 cards in the whole world printed like the one that you're holding, and you've got number 6 out of that 12. So you can imagine there's a lot of people that are probably like me that open boxes up and would never sell them. They want a complete set throughout, so they would never sell them. So this is going to be very hard for me to complete a complete base set of all of these cards, because some people just won't sell them, full stop. So that makes it challenging if you want to complete one of every set, right? So now we're at 3 sets already. Turbo attacks, Topps now, and we're looking at the chrome packs. As well as that, they released a box called the Sapphire Edition. Still chrome packs like before. They've labelled this one Sapphire Edition. And these boxes are going for about 500 and something pound. So this is eBay. You can see here these Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition. We have 1 box, 2 box, all at sort of 550, 520. Another box there. And then these are the cards. So these are sort of like what you would expect to get. So they have like this shattered glass effect, if you like. But some of them have this little 70 logo. That means they're a 70th anniversary version of that card, which is pretty cool. I like that. Again, you could complete those. It'd be very difficult. So now we have the base set in just normal print run with the chrome boxes. Then you have it again with the Sapphire Edition. So you could literally collect 2 or 3 of the same set. But it would be very challenging, especially in these chrome packs, because some people just won't part. But some of the blue sapphire images do look really cool. So this is a Mercedes team logo that's been pulled from the Sapphire collection. Exactly the same as the Mercedes logo that is pulled from the normal version of the card, but this one's a Sapphire version. So it has that shattered glass effect in the background. So I was hoping to buy a load of these and open them up for you guys. They work at 510 odd quid per box. And it is a real big gamble. You literally have to hope that if you was to buy 5 or 6 boxes, which obviously would equate to about 2.5 grand, probably about 3 grand actually, 6 boxes, you would have to hope that you're going to pull a really decent card that's going to basically sell and maybe break even, because you don't get cards like that in every box. So you would need to open quite a few boxes to then pull that one really rare version of the card. Now, what do you mean really rare? Like, what's rare in this set? There's only 8 packs in this box here. So out of those 8 packs, you get, I think, 4 cards in each. So there's actually 32 cards. So you have to hope, if you're spending 550 quid on this box, you've got to hope that somewhere in there is a card that is worth over £500, and you'd have to consistently do that. You could open 10 boxes of these and you could pull a card that's worth 3 or 4 grand, and that would pay for your whole box. And that means that you can then keep all the other cards, just like I do with Pokemon. You can keep all the other cards, the base set and everything, and you can accumulate a set very quickly and pretty much for free. But again, that's a huge gamble. It's not just like 100 quid, 130 quid for an ETB. This is 550 just for 8 packs. So it's like mind blown. So what I might do is I might complete the base set in normal chrome, and then as and where I can, I'm going to add these chrome cards to the back of it, or the Sapphire edition, versions of it. So that's my plans going forward. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think to this Formula One set? Is it any good? Have you opened packs up yourself? There's a lot of people on YouTube that are opening booster boxes, or I call them booster boxes, they call them hobby boxes, of these cards, and obviously they're a sport collectible, so you can send it off to things like PSA, get it graded, and if it comes back a 9 or a 10, then the price it gets silly. So these really are sort of like next level from Pokemon. Pokemon, I feel, is sort of safe. It's, you know, if I spend £100 on sealed products, I know I'm typically going to receive £50 to £100 worth of Pokemon cards. So you, in theory, even if you got the worst end, you've only lost 50 quid on it. Whereas this, I don't know how much the cards sell for. You don't actually get that many of them, so you really have to hope that each one's worth X, Y, and Z. And then obviously you need that money back to then release it to go and get another bundle of cards. So I don't know, I'm not too sure what to do at the minute. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. If anyone can help me out there, get hold of these Sapphire Edition boxes, please get in touch. The channel's called Mewtwo Unboxing. I hope you've liked that Formula 1 chat. I'm sorry it took so long. I actually did loads of little smaller videos of me opening each, I don't know, 10, 15 packs or so. But the audio wasn't working on any of them, and I opened them all in one day and I recorded the whole thing. So I was literally recording YouTube videos with 0 sound. So the only way I can then do it is if I edit me out of it and then talk over the top of the footage. But I don't know. I don't know how to do that. So I think this is just going to be me showing off my set for the Turbo Attax, and then I'll do more consistent videos about F1 when they release the F1 tops now. Obviously, if I can get hold of any of these Sapphire Edition boxes or the Topps Chrome boxes, and then I can open them up, put the ones I need in here, and then just purchase the base set cards that I need at the time. But this is something that I'm looking to do now and give it, I don't know, 5 to 8 years, see what they're worth then. Normally things like this die off. At the minute it seems quite hot and quite current, so the prices are quite high and some people are just trying their luck. That card that I showed you, that Topps Now, someone put it up for £1,000 and it was just on there for ages, and I clicked watch just because I thought, I wonder what it actually goes for in the end. and they messaged me and said, will you accept, I think it was £50 or £60 all in. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was thinking, you just dropped it 99%, or 95% to be precise. And she was like, yeah, I know, I didn't know what it was worth. It was a rare print run, so I just thought, you know what, I'll put it up for £1,000 and see if anyone buys it. So be careful out there, because there's a lot of people trying to trick people out there. But luckily I haven't fallen for any of it just yet. But that's it from me, guys. I've been rambling on for over 40 minutes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button up so we can get it to more F1 people out there. Also, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe. Going forward, I will be doing Pokemon and these Formula 1 cards as well. So please click subscribe to the channel. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.